Hello and welcome back to the House of Brand Transformation here in Cannes, where I'm joined now by the co-founders of Ladyship. We have Rana Brightman and Jemma Campbell. Ladies, thank you so much for being here and for delivering such a fantastic panel discussion earlier today, which is going to be released at some point soon in the future for Transform YouTube page. But first of all, maybe you could tell me a little bit about your agency and what differentiates you guys at Ladyship to all the other agencies out there.
Well, we're called Ladyship, so hopefully that's an indication. We are two female founders and we're really, fiercely proud of that, because at the end of the day, it's still quite rare to come across a business in our industry that is women-led, female-founded, whatever you call it, and it's dominated by men. And we talked about this in our panel discussion earlier. Women bring incredible traits to business that really help with growth and progression, innovation, because we bring empathy, openness, courage, respect, trust, authenticity, and we're just natural at it. And I think that's what really sets us apart. Yeah.
Do you agree, Rana? What separates Ladyship for you?
No, absolutely what Jemma said.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like level set in terms of people that haven't heard of Ladyship.
Yeah.
We're a strategic and creative consultancy. We're spanning lots of different disciplines, from research, strategy, positioning, verbal identity, design, digital. So yeah, there are many other agencies out there that are doing that, but the thing that stands us apart is, firstly, there's myself and Jem that co-found it. So we are a face of it. It's not just us. We have a fantastic core team. And we have an opportunity, the fact that we're privileged to have built this business, but it's been an opportunity for us to build and design a business how we would want it done. So in terms of having remote global team, Gemma's in New York, I'm in London. We have people spanning the UK, Europe, the West Coast. And also being able to handpick really senior talent that we can put on the projects that we're lucky enough to kind of work on. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how many agencies can really sort of say that they've got that same formula for success.
Yeah.
But from the very beginning, that's our intention and what we're striving to do and build with Ladyship.
No, I agree. Ladyship is very unique. And one thing you mentioned that you do is you sort of push back against traditional business environments. So maybe you can tell me about some of your leadership practices.
Yeah.
Maybe one thing in particular
Yeah.
that is different compared to what other agencies do in that respect.
Sure. I think having been in the industry for as long as we have, and we have huge respect for it, we absolutely love what we do. So we're not here saying like it's all crap and it's all that. We love what we do. We're absolutely privileged to do it and very grateful for the places that we've worked. But yes, in our vision, we get an opportunity to do it differently. And so our tagline is, because you don't need another yes man. And that to us, you're smiling. But you see, in our kind of creative services world, we're constantly, battled by like trying to get the client to be happy, delivering, against the budget or trying to get more budget. And like it's too transactional. And really, I think when clients are investing in a partner, yes, they want to have the best talent that's like doing the strategy, the positioning, the creativity, all of that. But they also want someone that's going to be real with them. And so that sometimes means having difficult conversations. Yeah. And so for us, that's not to say we say no all the time, but certainly with us, you're going to get it real. We're going to have the conversations that are going to maybe be uncomfortable, but at the end of it, we've got your back. Yeah. We're going to push you and challenge you. It won't always be yes. And sometimes we may even kind of get to that resolution together. So I think that's probably a leadership quality from the very beginning that we embody with how we work with our team, but also with our clients.
I think those are some real bold statements and a big gesture about what we do. But we also show up in really small gestures, in smaller intentional ways, like we work a 4-day week. That's really important for women who carry a lot of extra mental load,
physical
load, just a lot going on in our lives. So we protect that space so that we can show up Monday to Thursday and be really on. I mean, I'm in New York, Rana is in London. That's a 5-hour gap, so that extends the whole day. So when I'm coming into my working day at 9 a.m., everyone else has been getting on with it for 5 hours. So there is a natural pace to the business, but that's why we have to put up those boundaries to protect ourselves and to show up strong. And then we have an impact strategy as well. So we really support female initiatives. We handpick who we donate to every year. For example, the way AI data centers were consuming so much water and taking away from local communities in the States. We did something about that, and we sought out companies that really help replenish local community water supplies. So that's the kind of thing that we did. Now there is a new technology available, so I've been told, Climate Week, that there are other ways now to cool the chips in the data center, so we'll explore that. You know, it's not like one and done checkbox, this is the charity or organization we give to every single time. So those are just a couple of examples of how we show up intentionally and holistically in business as leaders, yeah.
Absolutely, it's a really fascinating dynamic you guys have at Ladyship. And obviously, as any design agency, employees are really crucial. But what's one quality that you guys look for in employees coming to Ladyship that maybe is beyond just mere competence alone?
I'll start by saying we don't really call them employees.
Yeah.
We call them talent. And I think that that's something to really be celebrated, you know, particularly, you know, where it can. So think about the different creators that are out there, the different kind of talent agencies. You might associate that word with a celebrity, but the truth is, like, our talent is our worth. You know, again, something that we've learned from our kind of past lives is how that's never been really nurtured and invested in. You know, the executives get the big checks and everyone else is slaving. No, so we absolutely do not argue when it comes to what talent is worth. And that's what I meant about giving clients hands-on senior talent, because I think businesses, when they invest in agency partners, they want that investment to go in the talent that's crafting the work, right? Not, you know, just the building, the facility, like kind of everyone else, you know. So it's really about making every buck go further, getting bang for your buck. So talent, absolutely we value. I mentioned that we are a remote business, so we have global team. For us, so that isn't a barrier. I'd also say, sorry, you asked me about what quality. I mean, that's a great question. I think people who are really committed and passionate about what they do and what they can bring. And so I think, again, the structure that we have, there is no hierarchy and there's no politics at play. If you're someone that really loves what you do and you want to come in and express yourself through that work, we are the place to do that. And the other thing I'd say is, you know, we are really flexible, aside from sort of how we've designed our 4-day working week, because we work really hard Monday to Thursday. We actually do need the Friday to like recalibrate. But actually what we allow is people to be quite flexible with their time. And we have a few people in the team that have side hustles or actually other businesses. You know, we have someone in the team that's a founder of a female wellness brand, for example.
Fantastic.
And so, and we love that because that brings a diversity into it, and we want them to be as passionate about what they're doing, you know, outside of Ladyship, and that kind of comes into how we work and think and do within Ladyship as well. So we want kind of, you know, passionate, committed, curious people with, you know, a lot of love to give.
I think that's a really good point. So when we talk about talent and side hustles and the skills and the depths of their experiences, we get to work with that. We don't put them in a pigeonhole and say, you know, it's a little bit like what Miranda was saying on the talk around, and it made me think, I had a visualization of people just existing in rows in a spreadsheet, right? But this talent that we're working with, they bring multiple dimensions. So if they want to get stuck in, and we had someone working with us who was predominantly a project manager, but she's like been there, done that. She wants to try something new. She's a natural talent when it comes to marketing and culture, internal culture. So she's shifted roles in a way, and we've just celebrated that. We haven't tried to bait and switch.
Yeah, she's got other skills like photography. She does user-generated content herself, so she's a creator. And so rather than be like, oh, you're not committed to us, we're like, how can we channel that and bring that into what we're doing? So she kind of runs our channels and marketing, and you know, again, sort of, it's a two-way thing, right? It's not. It's
people are multifaceted. It's not, I do this job, I come in 9 to 5 and I go again. There is real passion, and I think what we've noticed since we called ourselves Ladyship is it seems to have this rallying cry around it. It's this unspoken drumbeat. There's this feeling of community, and that is absolutely, it's almost like we've created this magnet, and people join and they just want to give more, and we don't ask it of them. It's just people showing up authentically and wanting to give what they want to give, and we return that with just kindness, authenticity ourselves, and we celebrate that and we hero that. So that's just really important to us.
Love that.
Yeah.
I was going to add, I was looking around for a piece of swag, but I can't see any. Just to say, obviously, we're two women. We do have a predominantly female team, but there is lad in Ladyship.
Yes. Yes.
So we do have lads that work there. We have guys that work there too. But I think it's less about the gender to some extent. It is definitely more about the attitude and mindset.
Absolutely.
And even some of those things that we've just brought up, the 4-day week, having kind of other passions or skills or kind of activities or investments that you're doing. Some people sometimes are a bit surprised by that, but that's probably because for so long we have been conditioned in quite a rigid structure, all of us, men and women, to think a certain way when it comes to agency dynamics, the kind of industry as a whole, how you go about being a leader, how you kind of deploy and nurture creativity. And so we're like looking to shake that up a little bit.
I love that. I'm going off on a tangent now.
Please go for it.
But as humans once existed in villages, and there was always that sense of community and shared goals and working together, now that we've shifted into a society where you live in a unit, whether that's a house or an apartment, you are siloed. And actually what we've done is we've created this community and the space in it for people to really show up as their best selves. And that I think we've created a village without meaning to.
That's really encouraging to hear. That's awesome. One final thing I wanted to ask you guys was obviously a lot of young women entering the creative industry. What's one piece of advice that you would give them that you wished you'd known when you guys were first starting out?
I'm laughing because I actually recorded, and this is kind of new to me as a founder, getting myself out there and recording more video content for LinkedIn. But the one piece of advice I would give younger people, and it's hard, it's easier to say than do, is back yourself.
Yes.
Is absolutely back yourself. And that's not that, like I said, it's easier said than done. But I think in order to back yourself, you have to really know yourself. So this is about, you can have as many conversations with people about what do I need to do to get into the industry, what books, if anyone even reads, but what podcast do I need to listen to, what things do I need to, but I would say actually absolutely delve deep. Who are you as an individual? Because like who each and every one of us is what makes us unique. We don't want to pretend to be someone else.
Oh, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting. So, you know yourself, what your worth is. Really cultivate that, and I'm mindful this may sound like we're tipping into arrogance here. I think that's not what I'm saying here.
No.
Because I think particularly for women, we naturally are just like, oh, we can't do it. Like there's an internal voice. I'm sure there is the same for men, but you just hear it more and more, particularly for women. Is absolutely back yourself. Like really take that time to know who you are and just build on your own capability and your strength.
That's great advice. And what's yours, Jemma?
Oh my God, this is where the yin-yang Rana Gem magic comes into play as a tangible example, I guess. Rana's all about backing yourself. For me, it's about be more vulnerable, just be open, ask for help. If you don't know what your toolbox is, build it and then put the tools in it. If it's whatever it may be, it can be from a craft perspective, learning something new, it could be therapeutic tools, it could be confidence building tools. Just ask for help, and that is such a gift because I think.
I mean, that's backing yourself, though.
No, it's true actually. Yeah.
So no, because
No,
I think the traditional outcome would be that you're asking people to kind of give you their like pearls of wisdom, right? Like what worked for you is going to work for me, and that, But I think to your point, being able to be like, I don't know how to do this, how can I?
Yes.
Is you investing in yourself.
It's you showing up for yourself.
Exactly.
So you're more even closely aligned than you realise?
I mean, we always are.
No, but it's like, she's North London, I'm South London, so it's the yin and yang, like you said.
Yeah.
Jemma, Rana, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.